Christmas University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. Last time we saw Edinburgh win the first heat of this year's seasonal special series, and tonight two more teams of distinguished graduates are here to demonstrate their fondness for their alma maters through the medium of televised quizzing. They're representing universities rarely seen on the main series, so this is a chance for them to inspire the current intake or perhaps deter them further. Representing the University of Winchester tonight is, firstly, a football coach who's worked in youth development for clubs including LA Galaxy, Reading, Arsenal and Chelsea, and in 2021 joined West Ham United as their first ever female coach. She's joined by a presenter who's covered sport for BBC Breakfast and BBC News since 2000. On his Saturday morning slot, he showcased hundreds of unusual sports and activities in the hope of convincing people that, however unsporty someone might feel, there's a sport for everyone. And he's believed to hold the world record for the most different sports tried in a single session. Their captain is a comedian and author whose material has ranged from life in Khomeini's Iran to a defence of Lady Emma Hamilton to her new show, It Was the 90s. She's written 2 novels and the best-selling memoir, A Beginner's Guide to Acting English. And in 2010 was awarded an honorary doctorate from Winchester, in addition to her first degree. Their final player is a multi-award-winning writer and director of audio dramas. His notable works include a continuation of Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy radio series and several Neil Gaiman adaptations, including all-star dramatizations of Neverwhere and The Sandman. Let's meet the Winchester team.
Hi, I'm Nicole Farley, and I graduated from the University of Winchester in 2010 with a Bachelor of Honours in Sports Development. I'm currently the first female coach at West Ham United Football Club and a business owner in futsal and football.
Hi, I'm Mike Bushell. I studied drama, theatre and television at Winchester between 1984 and 1987. I currently present the sports news on BBC Breakfast and BBC News, and of course champion all these different sports, unsung heroes and sports you might not have heard of but you might like to try.
And this is their captain.
Hello, I'm Shapi Kaursandi and I studied drama, theatre and television at Winchester University and graduated in 1995. I'm now a touring stand-up comedian and I write books.
Hello, I'm Dirk Maggs. I studied drama for a B.Ed degree between 1974 and 78, from where I went to the BBC, and now I'm in the big wide world trying to persuade people that audio drama is as good as any television programme.
Their opponents tonight are 4 alumni of the University of Bradford. Their first player is an engineer and computer scientist who served as Chief Scientific Advisor to the government on national security from 2015 to 2021. As an academic, he's held a chair at UCL and a fellowship at the Alan Turing Institute before taking up his current position at City University London. On his left is a Labour MP and former National Black Students Officer for the NUS. Following her election in 2019, she briefly served as Shadow Secretary of State for Immigration and now sits on the Women and Equalities Committee and chairs the all-party parliamentary groups on black maternal health and African reparations. Their captain is a property expert who's been helping buyers find bargains on homes under the hammer since its first series in 2003. He's published several guides to the property industry and a series of educational books for children. Their fourth player is a psephologist and political analyst who spent nearly 40 years providing statistics and commentary, first for ITN and then as editor of the BBC's Political Research Unit. Though now largely retired, he still provides independent analysis on major political events and is a visiting fellow at King's College London. Let's meet the Bradford team in their own words.
Hello, I'm Anthony Finkelstein. I studied manufacturing systems engineering, graduating from Bradford in 1981, and I'm now the president of City, University of London.
Hello, my name is Belle Ribeiro Addy. I graduated from the University of Bradford in 2006, having studied biomedical sciences with ethics and philosophy of science. I am currently the Labour Member of Parliament for Streatham in South London.
This is their captain.
Hi, I'm Martin Roberts. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in electrical and electronic engineering from Bradford University in 1985. I'm currently a TV property expert and I have written a series of children's books, including Sadsville, which helps children with their mental well-being.
Hello, David Cowling. I graduated from Bradford in 1971 in history and politics and am now currently a senior visiting research fellow at King's College, London.
I just remind you, it's 10 points for starter questions. They've got to be answered on the buzzer. And team efforts are bonuses. They're worth 15 points. So, fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Outside my window, I can see stars, and that is all. I know where the moon to be, but there is simply a black void, defined solely by the absence of stars. Which US astronaut described the experience of orbiting above the dark side of the moon during the Apollo 11 mission in his 1974 memoir?
Winchester Mags.
Michael Collins.
Michael Collins is correct, yes. Right, you get a set of bonuses on stamps issued by the Royal Mail in 2021. A stamp set issued in July 2021 marked the 70th anniversary of which illustrated character? His possessions include a catapult, skateboard, and a red and black stripy jumper.
Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace.
Correct. In a series depicting Arthurian legends, which knight is portrayed in mortal combat with King Arthur? According to different versions of the tales, he is either Arthur's son or his nephew.
Mordred.
Yeah. Mordred.
Mordred is correct. And finally, a stamp depicting which speculative novel of 1951 features a large plant looming menacingly over Big Ben.
Dave the
Triffids. Dave Triffids.
Dave the Triffids. Yeah. It's Dave the Triffids.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. Which author died a mysterious death in 1849, with doctors speculating his death may have been due to alcohol withdrawal, rabies, or a crime related to voter fraud? His works include The Black Cat, The Oval Portrait, and The Raven.
Bradford Finkelstein.
Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe is correct. Well done. These bonuses, this time, Bradford, are on actors who have played Othello. The son of a former slave, which actor, singer and civil rights activist first played Othello in a 1930 London production? Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein were said to have written the song Old Man River with him in mind.
Can't quite hear you. Say it again.
Paul Robeson.
Yeah, Paul Robeson.
Paul Robeson is correct. Which British actor was the National Theatre's first black Othello? His roles include David Estes, director of the CIA's Counter-Terrorism Centre, in the TV series Homeland.
With a guess? Can't remember his name. No. Idris Elba?
No, that was David Harewood. In 2009, Othello was both the first straight stage role and the first Shakespearean role for which Dudley-born comedian and actor?
Lenny Henry.
Correct. Leonard. Right. 10 points for this starter question. What letter of the alphabet links all of these? Boltzmann's constant in physics, a unit of temperature preferred in the physical sciences, an instruction in knitting patterns. The
Bradford
chemical
Finkelstein.
K.
K is correct. Right, you get a set of bonuses on the world in 1921, as reported by Whitaker's Almanac for that year. Of the 19 cities listed as having a population of over 1 million in 1921, what does Whitaker's name as the largest with a population of around 7.4 million?
Delhi, Calcutta.
No.
To
Cairo.
London or Paris.
Yeah.
But
Oh, really?
I would say Paris, but
Really? More than Asia and...
yeah. At that 1921, Shanghai, possibly. Shanghai.
What are we doing with Shanghai? Right, we'll say Shanghai.
No, it's London. The same list identifies New York as the world's second largest city. Which city does it name as the second largest in the USA, with a population of 2.7 million?
Chicago.
No, because guess Eddie. Chicago.
Chicago is correct. To the nearest 100 million, what figure does the 1921 Whitakers give for the population of China? The precise figure is a little less than the present-day population of the European Union. Remember, I need a figure ending in 2 zeros.
$790 million. I don't know.
It's less than a billion.
It's less than a billion.
850 million?
Yeah.
Yes, 850 million.
No, it's 400 million. Right, we're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see a map of the USA with a state highlighted. For 10 points, please name the state.
Winchester Mags.
Washington State.
No?
Bradford Finkelstein.
Oregon.
Oregon is correct. The state of Oregon was the answer there. It grows more Christmas trees than any other US state. Currently more than 4.7 million per year. For your bonuses, I want you to identify 3 more states which grow more than 1 million Christmas trees per year. First, this state.
Carolina. Is that North Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carolina.
North Carolina.
Correct. Secondly, this state.
Michigan.
Yeah, that's because
That's
that's
on the
one
lake,
with
yeah.
Chicago, yeah. Michigan.
Michigan is correct. And finally, this state.
Is that New York?
It's in Maryland.
New Hampshire.
No, Maine.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, okay, could be New Hampshire. No, it's further over. That's New York State.
I thought it was
It goes up to the lake.
Yes,
maybe.
I think you're right.
I think it's New York.
Well, you are, in fact, wrong. It's Pennsylvania. Right, 10 points for this. Woman sitting near a window sold for more than $100 million in May 2021 and is a painting by which artist? It depicts his muse, Marie-Thérèse Walter.
Bradford Finkelstein.
Vermeer.
No? Anyone want to buzz from Winchester?
Winchester Farley.
Banksy?
No, it's by Picasso. In developmental psychology, what general category of adult can be accused of helicoptering, snow ploughing, or being a tiger?
Bradford Finkelstein.
Parent.
Parent is correct. Well done. So you get this set of bonuses, Bradford. Nicknamed Dr. Mirabilis, which 13th century English Franciscan friar was a prominent, though unconventional, scholar of mathematics, astronomy and optics?
Francis Bacon?
No. It's not Bacon, and I can't remember the name.
Franciscan friar.
We could try Bacon, but it isn't.
Bacon. Roger Bacon.
Roger Bacon.
Francis.
Roger Bacon is correct. It's not Francis Bacon, anyway. In his Opus Majus, Bacon calculated the maximum elevation of the red ray of light in a rainbow to appear at what angle above the horizon at sunset or sunrise? You can have 3 degrees either way.
First thing that came to mind was 45, but no.
We'll say 45 is the guess. Yeah, because there's only 45 degrees.
I'll accept that, yes. You can have 3 degrees either way, so it was actually 42. Bacon is thought to have been the first European to give precise instructions for the making of what commodity, although its origins are credited to the Chinese over 200 years earlier?
Gunpowder.
Yeah, that's good.
Gunpowder.
Yeah. Gunpowder.
Gunpowder is correct. 10 points for this. Darwin's Arch was a natural coastline formation that collapsed into the Eastern Pacific Ocean in May 2021. It was located close to Darwin's Island, in which archipelago a UNESCO World
Winchester
Heritage Site?
Mags.
The Galapagos.
Galapagos is correct. Your bonuses this time are on the UK Christmas #1 50 years ago. In other words, Ernie, the fastest milkman in the West by Benny Hill. What is the name of Ernie's horse? It shares its name with a character in Only Fools and Horses whose broom is analogous to the ship of Theseus, a well-known thought experiment.
It's Trigger.
Trigger is correct. Ernie's love rival in the song has the nickname 2 Ton and is from what area of the London Borough of Richmond? It is the location of a complex of locks on the River Thames.
The islands.
Teddington.
Teddington, is
Is that Teddington? Not more. Okay, it's Teddington.
Correct. Ted is mentioned in connection with several bakery products. Which of these is made with ground almonds or coconut and takes its name from the Italian for paste? In the song, the word appears close to the word swooned.
Macaroon.
Good choice. Macaroon.
Macaroon is correct, yes. There's no shame in knowing these things. Right, we're going to take a music round now. For your music start, you're going to hear a piece of popular music. Please name the band performing.
I heard you on the back in
Bradford Roberts.
It's the Buggles.
It is the Buggles, well done. Video Killed the Radio Star, which was, of course, the first music video aired on MTV to mark the channel's 40th anniversary in 2021. Your bonuses are 3 more songs played on its launch day. Name the band in each case. Firstly...
Fleetwood Mac. It's Fleetwood Mac. It's Fleetwood Mac.
It is Fleetwood Mac, Tusk. Secondly...
UB40, isn't it? UB40?
I think it's the Specials.
The Specials.
Yeah. The Specials.
Specials is correct. Well done, Rat Race. And finally...
Such a drag to want something sometime. One thing leads to another, I know. Was it time I wanted you for mine?
No, it's Chrissy Hynde.
Chrissy Hynde, yeah, The Pretenders.
Yeah, it's the Pretenders.
It is the Pretenders, yes. 10 points for this. What country saw the popular uprising known as the Jasmine Revolution that led to the resignation of President Ben Ali and triggered the Arab Spring of 2011?
Bradford Finkelstein.
Tunisia.
Tunisia is correct. So you get this set of bonuses. They're on science and mathematics. All 3 answers end in oid, O-I-D. What term describes elements such as boron, silicon and tellurium that form a diagonal line close to the centre of the P block in the periodic table?
No, I'm afraid I don't know that one. Trying to remember. We don't know.
Can you even remember the periodic?
Yes. Hydrogen, helium.
Lithium, beryllium,
Beryllium,
carbon, nitrogen.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. Not the middle bit.
metalloid. You'd have done better thinking of that. In geometry, what name is given to an open quadric surface whose general equation takes the form x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals z? I need a single word.
Trapezoid.
A trapezoid or trapezoid or rhomboid.
Trapezoid.
Trapezoid.
No, it's a paraboloid. What name is given to a class of basic organic compounds containing at least 1 nitrogen atom in a heterocyclic ring structure? Examples include nicotine, quinine and morphine.
Alkaloid.
Opioid.
Alkaloid or alkaloid?
I'm not sure about alkaloid because it's nicotine.
Okay, go with that. Nicotine. It's not an opioid. Alkaloid.
Indeed, listen to the prof, he's always right. 10 points for this. Described by Joan Jett as the most elegant and dignified drummer in rock and roll, which member of the Rolling Stones died aged 80?
Winchester Mags.
Charlie Watts.
Charlie Watts is correct. Died in August 2021. So you get 3 bonuses on the moon in 20th century art. Featuring 3 bowler-hatted men and 3 crescent moons, The Mysteries of the Horizon is a work by which surrealist?
The only one I know is that.
Well, I think...
Yeah.
We have to go with that.
No, bowler-hatted man, though, isn't that more like a... Oh, Magritte, who's the chap who did that?
Magritte?
Magritte, is it?
I think it is.
Magritte.
Should we go for it? Should we go?
Yeah.
We're going to go for Magritte.
Magritte is correct.
Oh, well done.
The title object appears suspended on a turquoise sky in Ladder to the Moon, a work of 1958 by which US artist?
Ladder to the moon.
No.
Salvador Dali?
Go for it. Go for it.
No, I don't know.
It's American, isn't it?
American. Who's an American? I can't
American.
think.
I'm thinking...
Like?
No.
Dirk, I'm just going to stare at you until you say something.
Don't stare at you, Dirk.
I'm going to say...
Dr. Seuss?
No, I'm not going to say Dr. Roy Lichtenstein.
Yeah.
Go for it. Roy Lichtenstein, not Dr. Seuss.
No, you were staring in vain, I'm afraid. It's Georgia O'Keeffe. Featuring an astronaut under US flag in translucent colours, Moonwalk is a series by which artist who died in 1987?
Oh, well, that's the one that died, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, that's
a sad day.
Clues in the question. Yeah.
It was in 1987, wasn't it?
87.
Okay, died in 1987. Died in 1987, an artist.
I can only think of one of the astronauts, I think, who used to paint, which was...
Oh, an
Al
astronaut.
Bean.
Let's go with him.
Yeah.
Or her.
Al Bean.
Al Bean.
Yeah. Go for it.
We're going to go for Al Bean.
Al Bean.
Yeah.
No, it's Andy Warhol.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Same first.
Thought it was.
Obvious.
Right, we're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see a picture of a toy. It belongs to a particular range within a major brand. I want you to give the single-word name of that range.
Winchester Max.
Bionicle.
Bionicle is right.
Wow.
What a shameful thing to know. Your picture starter, you saw a Lego Bionicle, which was named Toy of the Year for 2001 by the Toy Retailers Association. Your picture bonuses are 3 more toys that received this award between 1991 and 2001. 5 points for each you can identify. Firstly, receiving the award in 1995.
Oh. Oh, look at magic.
Pogs.
Pogs. Yeah, that's Pogs, isn't it? Pogs.
Pogs is correct, yes. Secondly, receiving the award in 2000.
Well, it's obviously a dog, isn't it? Robot dog. I don't know.
Oh, is it ice?
Robo-Dog.
Is it Robot?
I don't know it. I don't know.
Okay.
Do you, Nicole, were you...
No, like I...
I've seen it. I think we had one. We used to have one in the
yeah.
house.
I'm a terrible mother. I don't buy my children enough toys.
But would you want that, really?
Well, it's probably a noisy one, isn't it?
iRobot.
Is it trainable?
Is it? Should we go for iRobo?
Robot dog?
Robo-Dog, yeah.
I'm going to go for RoboCop dog. Robo-Dog.
It is a robot dog, it's Techstar.
Text, right.
And finally, receiving the award in 1991.
Oh.
That's a Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo.
Game
Boy.
Station. Game Boy.
Game Boy.
That's a Game Boy.
It is a Nintendo Game Boy, yes. Right, 10 points for this. Culex and Aedes are genera of what flying insect? Species of the former may carry West Nile fever.
Bradford Finkelstein.
Mosquito.
Mosquito is correct. 3 questions on the international football tournament Euro 2020. Scotland gained their sole point of the tournament in a 0-0 draw against which country?
Can we confer with the other team?
Of course.
They're ours.
Just Dirk.
Germany.
No, it was England. In the group stage, Wales drew with Switzerland and beat which country 2-0? The country's population is more than 20 times bigger than that of Wales.
I just keep thinking Spain.
Croatia, I don't know. No.
Italy.
No, it's Turkey. Name 2 of the 3 teams beaten by England in the knockout stage of Euro 2020.
Croatia and...
No. was Germany, Ukraine and Denmark. 10 points for this. Denmark, the Teutonic Knights, Sweden and Russia are among the former rulers of which present-day European capital, formerly known as Reval, and situated on the
Winchester
Gulf of Finland?
Mags.
Reykjavik.
No, you lose 5 points. Anyone want to buzz? It's Tallinn. 10 points for this. A one-act opera by Richard Strauss and plays by Sophocles and Euripides concern which figure of Greek mythology, the daughter of Agamemnon and Clytemnestra? No one's going to buzz? It's Electra. Stop. There's no cause for laughter in this. Be serious. A 1983 novel by Walter Tevis is the basis for which television miniseries that began in 2020, starring Anya Taylor-Joy as Beth Harmon?
Winchester Mags.
Queen's Gambit.
The Queen's Gambit is correct. Well done. Your bonuses are on bookshops. In each case, name the bookshop from the description, described on its website as a left-bank literary institution, the three-word name of an English-language bookshop on the banks of the Seine, opposite Notre Dame Cathedral.
We don't know.
Don't know.
Le Bookshop?
No, that's two words. It's Shakespeare and Company. Founded in San Francisco in 1953, the USA's first all-paperback store. It shares its name with a 1931 film starring Charlie Chaplin.
Oh,
City Lights.
City Lights? Gold
Sounds
Rush?
good.
Limelight? Which one? City Lights?
Come on.
Okay. City Lights.
City Lights is correct. And finally, the five-storey bookshop located on Piccadilly, opposite the Royal Academy. Founded in 1797, it's said to be London's oldest bookstore.
Foyles.
So Foyles. It's Foyles.
It's Hatchard's. 10 points for this. The United Arab Emirates Hope probe, China's Zhu Zong. And that was gone. Winchester University have 95, but Bradford University have 130. You look astonished that you've won. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
You had a very useful professor down the end there.
Certainly did.
Certainly did.
And Winchester, bad luck. We're going to have to say goodbye to you. I hope you can join us next time for another of the heats. But until then, it's goodbye from Winchester University.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
It's goodbye from Bradford University.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.